Hello and welcome to Katrina Clutter Free. I'm back in the kitchen again. Today I am working on a bottom drawer, actually two cabinets I'm trying to combine. Let me tip the camera down and I'll show you what I'm doing. This drawer down here has like small glassware, like this size for leftovers and things. And it also has some artificial Tupperware because I don't have the real stuff. Well, I have some of the real stuff. This is the fake stuff. But I have some of that. And then, let me turn the camera around so you can fully appreciate this mess. Then we have the bottom drawer, or the bottom of this cabinet. This is a lot of storage items that just ended up on the floor. This is a lot of little, again, fake Tupperware stuff. I bought these to store, like when I come home from the grocery store and I divide up ground beef to put in here rather than using Ziploc bags that don't stack real nice. I thought if I put them in here and then I can stack them, they will take up less space in the freezer. But as you know from our Kitchen Chaos video a few weeks ago, I just got the new freezer, so I haven't gone grocery shop. Well, I've gone grocery shopping, but for some reason I didn't use these. I have no idea. I think I forgot they were there. So I've got a ton of them down on that bottom shelf. And I want to, if I can, combine that with that other cabinet so everything is in one spot. Because in here, it's a mess. They just keep tipping over. This drawer here, I could do a little with. This is like our lunch items and stuff, so that's all that's in there. But down there, I have a bigger cooler that we take when we travel or if we're going someplace, and you know, it's like one of those big square lunchbox things. That's what's underneath there. So I want to try to get all that out. So we'll see how this is going to work. First thing I'm going to do is pull all of this out and try to organize it so I can figure out how it's going to fit in that drawer, because that's my goal, is to get it into the drawer. We shall see. And the neat thing, I got these from Temu, actually, or Temu. They're different sizes, as you can see. This one is deeper than this one, but the lid fits both sides. So that is handy. So I'm going to try to put all of the same sizes together. And then I bought these. Now these are the one thing I got from Temu that I really am not crazy about. They look great. They're a little bit sturdier than your, oh I forget, Gladware. Yeah, Gladware. The only thing I'm not crazy about, they don't seal real well. I mean, they're not, the lid stays on them, they pop in, but they just, they don't seal overly well. So I would not take these and stick them in a lunchbox without like a rubber band around them, because that lid's gonna pop off in a heartbeat. So yeah, these I'm not as happy about. Okay, I've got it all now. Let me move the camera closer so you can see what I have. So here you can see it. I have several of these. Let's see, it looks like I've got six of these with the lids that don't fit the greatest. These. Then I have 5, which is a really odd number, but I have 5 of the shorter of these. And then I have 2, 3 of, there's 2 stuck together, but of the little deeper ones. And then I have 3 of this size. And then over here, I have some random ones that I actually got for storing pasta and stuff. except this one's too tall for my cabinet without adjusting it, so I didn't end up using that. So let's see what happens now. So I pulled out everything that was in that bottom drawer. There's some stuff that's not going back in the bottom drawer. Things that I very rarely use, like a deviled egg carrier. I mean, you put the deviled eggs in and it has the lid that comes over top. I very rarely use this. So I'm thinking that this can go in that other cabinet, that other bottom cabinet that I just showed you where I had all the Tupperware stuff, because I don't use it very often. And then I have these, which I've used, they work, but I don't use them that often, and you actually use them with the deviled eggs. You take out an egg and you crack it and put it into this little container, which opens up. There's a bottom, let me see, I'll show you a bottom and a top. There's a bottom and a top to them. You put that in there, and then you can either, I don't remember, I don't think you can microwave them. I don't think you microwave them, but I think you put them in a pan of boiling water, and they're supposed to take care of the egg. It hard boils the egg without the shell needing to be on it. So then you just go from there. I hardly ever use that too, so those can be put away for now. The rest of the items here, these are lids that go to the different glass containers. Then I have several different sizes of, these are like what I use for leftovers, or sometimes if I make lasagna, instead of making, there we go, now you can see me a little bit better. Instead of making a giant pan of lasagna, if it's just gonna be Dave and I will make 3 or 4 pans this size of lasagna, because that are like this size, because that's like enough servings for 2 to 3. You know, I mean, Dave and I can each have a serving of it. So, and then I just freeze them. I make a whole bunch at one time, and instead of making one big pan, I make smaller pans, and then I freeze, and then we'll have, you know, several meals out of that, but it's not sitting in my refrigerator drying out. We're using it, heating it up and cooking it as we need it. So I have a couple of those in different sizes. I have one that's a little bit larger here. And then I have some single serve. I have this one that the lid got messed up on, but I have a solution for that. I'll show you in a minute. I have this size. At one point, I mean, this was my goal, was to go to glass instead of having the plastic, but I haven't totally gotten there yet, and yeah. So, and the plastic that I showed you from that other cabinet is what I want to go in my freezer. I bought this to store lunch meat in, and you can see I've actually used it for lunches, and it has stained it. It looks totally gross. I'm thinking this is going to go away. I like tamales, and so I put it in here, and it has just gotten into the plastic, and the plastic's icky feeling. I think I'm just gonna get rid of this. So what I was gonna show you, these are also from Temu, and this is not a Temu commercial or anything. I'm just telling you what I've got. I had this, the rubber lid to it gave up or got melted or something, I forget what happened. But anyway, they sell these little rubber silicone things. They fit over different size of cans. I actually have one over a can of tamales in the refrigerator right now. But you stretch them, let's see if I can do this with one hand. They are washable. You can throw them in the dishwasher. And they fit right over the top and seal it. See? They work great. So, yeah, that's where I got those from. You can buy them other places too. I have seen them on Amazon, and I've seen them on eBay and stuff like that too. So you can't get them other places. I just bought them from there. So I now have everything out of the cabinet, and I'm gonna start trying to see what I can fit back into it. So I have this all reorganized now, so let me show you how I have it set up. All right, I have all of these containers in by size. So these are the taller ones. There's 4 of those. There's 4 of the shorter ones that were this size. So I have them stacked in here. And I have all of the lids over here in a little bucket. All of those silicone lids I have here. The ones that I said were like Gladware, I have right here, and I have the lids as well in here. These are 2 of the taller containers, like maybe for soup or something. And I wish the drawer came out further. I have the oversized, larger plastic tubs in the back because I wouldn't access them as much. And then I have the round ones here and the little small ones here. And then the lids to those, I used a, it's actually like a file sorter, I guess, like what you put your mail in. And I was able to use that to put the lids in, and they stack nicely. And then I have a couple pieces of this plastic left that I do use when I go for lunches in my lunch box and things. But I'm retiring the end of July, so I'll probably just use these till then and then get rid of them. But they do make it lighter weight to carry in my lunch box. So after that, I'll get rid of them. But since I still pack a lunch for the next couple months, I'll keep these for then. So that is how that drawer is set up, and I will give you a close-up, so hang on a second. Okay, I took you off of the tripod. So you could see this a little bit better. So there's those larger ones, and there's the Tupperware. There is the little rack that I was talking about. These 2 here are just oversized. And then there's the glassware, the other storage containers, the silicone, and the Gladware, and then all of the lids in the container there, so they don't get lost all over the place. And miraculously, the door shuts. We're happy about that. And then up here, what I did with those square pans, I was like, since I use them basically when I'm cooking and making like refrigerator meals, I put them up with the rest of my glassware. So I have these bigger, I think they're 9 by 13. I have 3 of those, and then I have a big one up there that does not have a lid anymore. For some reason I have problems with melting lids. That is a giant sized, it's like the 12 by 15. When I'm making a huge pan of lasagna for company, or if we go to a potluck dinner or something, that's the only time that comes out. So it's up on the top shelf. And then these are the little like 9 by 15s that I make if it's just like 4 of us or something going to be for dinner, or I'll freeze some things in them. And so then I have a little 8 by 8, and I put, you can't see them that much, but they're in the back right here. Those are those other square containers. And then right here I have cutting boards. I have a plastic cutting board, and then here are the lids to all of those. So I can get them really easily. And let me show you what I did with that bottom cabinet. Down here, the bottom cabinet, that's where the deviled egg thing is, and one of our taller thermoses, and that was the little egg cooker thing, and that's just an oversized Tupperware thing that just didn't have room for anywhere else. So yeah, that's how I've got it organized. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please give me a thumbs up, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks again for watching. Bye everybody.